There are thousands of postpartum core exercises out there. Bird dogs, crunches, Russian twists, side planks. I actually do a lot of them, but there are just 3 exercises that I keep coming back to because they're so efficient for rebuilding my postpartum core. Make heavy lifting enjoyable and pain-free, which builds muscle and which gives me energy and strength to be a present mom. So in this video, I'll break down what those 3 types of core exercises are and how you can use them in your own training plan to make the physical demands of motherhood feel like a blessing instead of a burden. When I first started training my postpartum core, I thought more was better. So I looked up apps, online exercises, YouTube videos, and spent hours scrolling through them, convinced that I would find the perfect core routine, then I'd have my strong core back. And while it was amazing to have all of these resources, it left me feeling completely overwhelmed. The exercises that were doing the most for my core were always the same 3 types of exercises. Okay, well, maybe there's a 4th, but we'll get to that at the end of the video. So let's start with the first one you've probably seen before: flexion. Flexion-based exercises are all about function because they mimic oodles of movement that you do in a day. Think getting out of bed, picking up your child from the floor, getting up off the floor yourself. Flexion exercises teach our hip flexors, deep core, and abdominals to function together. It's like hiring a really good dance instructor. Each of the exercises has different levels of difficulty you can choose from. Starting at level 1 for flexion-based exercise would be a dead bug hold. You'll hold the low back flat while keeping the neck relaxed. This baseline exercise alone taught me how to engage my upper abs and lower abs without straining my neck. Moving on to level 2 flexion exercise is the single leg dead bug drop, holding low back flat while now moving one straight leg down to the floor and back up. This can then be progressed to a full dead bug or level 3, a weighted dead bug. Now, sometimes your core needs to do more than just get you out of bed. Sometimes we need our core to hold us up while we wrestle our toddler struck with rigor mortis into his car seat. And that is exactly where extension exercises come in. Extension exercises don't pull your trunk forward. They help to support you by pulling your chest up so that you can stand tall. Like when you have to hold your 25-pound baby to have a 10-minute conversation with your mom friend. What are the types of extension exercises? I have a few types of extension exercises that I keep coming back to because they're just so effective at building core strength. At level 1, most often skipped, is the lower body only bird dog. It's fantastic at building core stability with upper body and lower body movement, which is just about everything that we do as moms. And then there's the foam roller bird dog. With a foam roller on top of your back, you're forced to move slowly and keep your hips even. Then finally, level 3 is the floating bird dog. This adds a level of intensity by increasing the demand on our core and spine and decreasing the amount of stability that we get from our arms and legs. This one really lights up your core if you're prepared for it, and if not, you'll know pretty fast. Now, the reason why extension-based exercises work so well to build core strength is that they strengthen the ever-forgotten railroad muscles of our spine. Those are the muscles that work all day long to support you. A strong core builds a stable body, and a more stable body is more focused on the task at hand. And sometimes that task is twisting backwards to give your toddler in the backseat his water bottle. And that is exactly where rotation core training comes in. Rotation training uses the muscles on the sides of your core. These muscles on either side of our core help us to turn and rotate in space. When these muscles are weak, they make the essential tasks of motherhood feel daunting. And when they're strong, they make those tasks light. One of the most effective ways to train rotation is the Pallof press. Now, I keep a couple versions of the Pallof press in my training library. The first level is the half kneeling Pallof press, with one knee on the ground and the other bent up. This is a great place to start if you've never done the Pallof press before. Next is the Pallof press standing. The hold teaches you how to breathe with a stiff core, which again, comes in handy with heavy lifting. And third is the tall kneeling Pallof press. The tall kneeling Pallof press puts the greatest amount of demand on your core and uses the least amount of stability from your legs. Now, the real core strength happens when you layer all 3, well, 4, but we'll get there, of these core exercises together into your training plan. It's called the 4x1 core framework. Here's how it works. You'll take one of each of the 4 exercises that we talked about today and do each one at least once in your workout. This way, your core will be resilient and ready to take on the demands that motherhood has for you that day. Now, let's talk about the last type of core training. The 4th and final type of core exercise is carrying. Carrying is exactly as it sounds. They can be as simple as carrying 2 dumbbells while you walk as a level 1 exercise, carrying 1 heavy dumbbell as you march in place, or carrying a mixed grip like a heavy kettlebell in one hand and a dumbbell up overhead. Carrying core exercises are great, not only for your core, but also for your hip stability and shoulder stability. And let's be honest, I don't know a mom who doesn't carry multiple things multiple times a day. So why not make it something that your body is ready for? One of my favorite ways to use a carrying exercise is at the end of a heavy pulling day for deadlifts or pull-ups. It's subtle, but it builds over time to increase your grip strength and your core endurance. To put this all together for you, here's an example of me doing a lower body workout with the 4x1 framework. For my warm-up, I do a bird dog and a half kneeling peel-off press. This covers my anti-rotation and extension. Then I'll do a heavy deadlift, building those glutes. For my accessory exercises, I do Bulgarian split squats with a single leg dead bug drop, covering my flexions exercise. And finally, as my finisher, I'll do a heavy farmer's carry and glute bridge, covering my carry. Now, I have a confession. If you watched my last video about the mistakes that I made in the first year postpartum, then you probably already know this. But when I first started retraining my core after birth, I took a just wing it approach. I felt like I was spinning my wheels, doing all the effort, but getting nowhere. So I built what I needed at the time, which was a plan to assess my own core weaknesses, integrate all 4 types of core exercises into my training plan, use progressive overload on my core. So if you want your core training to be more effective without feeling completely overwhelmed like I was, you can check it out. It's called the 3-Day Core Restore, and the link is in the description below. It's been incredibly helpful for me, and I hope it's helpful for you too. And yes, all of these exercises are in the 3-Day Core Restore plan. So if you haven't checked that out yet, click the link below. So there you have it. All 4 types of core training that are the most effective for postpartum moms, and a simple 4x1 framework to help you implement them. If you found this helpful, please let me know in the comments below, and hit subscribe so you don't miss future videos with tips for building strength, confidence in the Lord, and energy as a mom. And remember, your strength isn't just for efficiency or building an image. God gave you your body to serve, to love, and glorify Him even in the ordinary moments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.